Question number 2, Lee. This one's a little bit sad. Let me read it to you. I've spent the last 10 years working so hard at my job and I'm really pleased with my progress. I've now got a decent salary and the job title I always wanted, but this has meant my social life has been non-existent. So last year I really tried to up my socializing game and I started making much more of an effort, but nothing seems to work. I think I'm a nice person and I hope I'm interesting, but nobody seems to want to hang out with me. I'm also really worried about trying to get people at work to like me, because if they don't, then everyone at work will know I'm not a great person to hang out with. I'm at the point of thinking I should just abandon my social life and spend all my time working hard. I suppose I can make friends later in life. But of course, I'm worried about burning out and I'm worried about starting to resent work, because if that happens and I can't enjoy my job anymore, then I feel I won't have anything to get up for in the morning. Help.
Oh,
I know. That's really sad, isn't it? You feel like you just want to go and give this person a hug and just go, I'll be your friend.
I'll be your friend. I think this is quite a common situation for a lot of people to find themselves in, particularly people who are ambitious. What is it you always quote it, Al? Like the biggest lie in the Bible is that Jesus at 30 had 12 close friends or something.
The least believable thing about the Bible, I'm sorry for anyone who's listening who is a big Bible file, but the least believable thing about the Bible is that a man in his 30s had 12 close friends, yes.
Yeah, so I think it's a very common thing actually for people who are focused on work and understandably in that early career to try and get to that point of financial stability and the level they want to be at. Things do fall away. That's just the way life is. It's good that you've recognized this imbalance and want to do something about it. I think that the danger is, and I think this is where it will need a little bit of untangling, is that I understand that you're feeling you're burning yourself out by trying to socialize so much to make these connections. But also it can work the other way around, that because you focus so much on work, you're burning out. And that causes us to want to disconnect socially. So it could even be that the lack of socialization has actually been a sign of burnout for a few years. And now you're trying to correct it. It's just that it's that added time pressure, I guess. That the reality is that relationships are the one thing that will help us live happier and healthier and longer. It's been found in so many studies, longitudinal studies, very famous Harvard one, for example. Relationships and support networks are really, really important. So you're right to prioritize this. My thought would be, if this is putting pressure on you, take the pressure off a little bit. There's plenty of ways to gain fulfillment away from work. There's plenty of ways to build relationships and connections with people without us actually define them as close friendships. Close friendships are actually very rare. I would look at something like an exercise called the Wheel of Life. Just Google it. Basically, kind of you rank your where your life is on various different points, whether it be money, relationships, work, health, fitness, those types of things, and maybe see what else might be a bit lacking. For example, let's say, or community, I think is another one. So let's say it's health. Maybe you'll go and join a gym, and maybe that, that the chemical benefits you're going to get from exercising, all that adrenaline, the serotonin, all the good stuff, will give you more energy to go out and socialize. It might be that you'll meet people at the gym, or if you have other hobbies, particularly if you have very niche hobbies, there's lots of different online and in-person communities out there. From joining a choir to going to some kind of like Comic Con for Doctor Who. Another thing as well in terms of community, volunteering is a really good way to make connections with people that are like-minded, that share your values, and they can turn into friendships or indeed relationships. That's how I met Al, volunteering. So I would say take the pressure off that it has to be your social life. Otherwise, you're cutting yourself off from everything except for work. There's many different ways that you can expand your world and expand your opportunities to meet people and connect with people, other than just try and be the cool, funny one at work who makes everyone laugh. So I would say that it's something like the Wheel of Life exercise. There's another one in Dr. Audrey Tang's book, The Leader's Guide to Resilience, on pillars, which is a similar theme. Just have a little look at that. Again, also, a coach can sometimes be good to run some of these ideas past. Or indeed, you know, call the Samaritans. A lot of people think the Samaritans is just if I'm feeling in, you know, that point of feeling suicidal, and it's not. A lot of people we'd have call up just to for things like this, to run through thoughts and ideas and worry that they, you know, were being isolating themselves, that their stress was getting too much. Sometimes you just need a sounding board, and Samaritans are a really good free option if you can't afford to engage a coach or a counselor or something like that. But that would be my advice. It sounds like we just need to take some pressure off. We've got the right idea, but just need to take some pressure off and explore different ways of expanding our horizons, our environment, enriching our relationships.
Totally agree. Totally agree. I would say that because I was the same. I didn't really have any friends, close friends, until maybe I was sort of like 19, 20. And I think you get to the point where, especially if you've got this work ethic of like, I'm going to do really well at work. These are my priorities. This is what I'm getting up, and these are my goals. If you approach socializing the same way, you're going to come across as a bit weird. So don't go out there and think, right, so my goal is at this event to get 5 numbers and go out for a coffee with one person. It doesn't work like that. The second thing is, I think, is just almost like linked to the last answer, is just listen. If you get really good at listening to people, they will tell you, oh, you're the most interesting person in the world. And actually, you've not said anything. All you've done is listen to them. If you listen to people, they will like you, as long as you listen properly. And there's lots of stuff out there about listening, but really the key is just have in your head 2 or 3 phrases that you can use when someone asks you about you. Answer, and then just a key phrase like, sorry, did you say you were a doctor? At the end of your thing, brings it back to them, and they will go, yes, I am a doctor. I do this, I do that. Blah, blah, blah. Let them go on, and then that you will find that it will come naturally to you. You can't push this.
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think by the sounds of it, you know that focusing on work alone isn't the answer. But yeah, some ideas there for you.